Calendula is so easy to grow, and Sunshine Flashback is a wonderful variety from Frank Morton out in Oregon. And the thing that I love about it is they're just quintessential, gorgeous yellow calendula with these gorgeous backsplash of red on the back petals. And so these bicolor petals are so beautiful in salads, on cakes and cupcakes. I love eating them. When you eat them, be sure that you are plucking the petals and not eating the calyx, that center. And they are, if you're harvesting them for bouquets, make sure that you're harvesting them when they're only half open. And that way they will last longer in the bouquet because they won't have been pollinated yet. And they also will splay out a little more as the week goes on. They last about 1 week in a vase, unless you use a floral preservative. And if you want to have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of calendula, you want to be sure that you're deadheading them. And so take a look at this. This flower flowered. You can see the dead, dried petals that are moist from the morning dew on top, but those green seeds are forming. And so those will turn gold, and that is what calendula is here on this planet to do, to produce more seeds. All planets, all plants and all animals just want to go to seed and make more of themselves. So if you don't want them to go to, if you want to have as many blossoms as possible, don't let them go to seed, and pluck these seed heads and make sure that they will continue to blossom throughout the season. For people that are really serious about blossom production, you want to sow 2 to 3 successions, even in our short seasons here in the Northeast, just to make sure that you have continuous blossoms constantly. If you want them for that many salads, or if you harvest them medicinally as well. Although we do have resina, is an awesome variety that's packed full of medicinal resins, but all calendula will have quite a quantity of medicinal resins. And those resins you'll also find, the stem and even the center calyx is sticky. And certainly on resina, it's literally like you can see the globules of resin, but all calendula will have these medicinal compounds that are profoundly anti-inflammatory, that are wonderful for bruises and contusions, for soft tissue injuries applied topically in salves. But the reason I love calendula too is that they're just so easy to grow. They're so drought tolerant. They even grow well in containers. And even in poor soil, they are just rocking. Cracks in a sidewalk, they're going for it. They are sensitive to frost in the beginning part of the season, but they'll continue to blossom here in New York in Zone 5 all the way through December, really until there's consistent snow cover. They just don't stop, even with the frosts. So enjoy calendula, and you want to be sure too that if you don't want them, they're annuals, but they will reseed themselves extensively unless you're deadheading them. And so if you're not deadheading them, just know that you likely will have a carpet of calendula where you are growing them next year, which for some purposes is awesome. I know a lot of people who have permaculture orchards who are so psyched to have these calendula carpets in their lives. But there you have it, friends. Everything you need to know, well, to begin to get to know your dear friend, calendula.